Today, we are taking a look at the enchantments that you need when you head underground and go mining. I guess also in the nether too. We'll cover that as well. So here we are inside of Minecraft in a spooky cave because we're going caving. Obviously, the best enchantments for mining, you gotta be actually mining. Couldn't be on top of the world now, could I? No. So let's go through the list of the enchantments that I feel like is essential for mining. And we're gonna talk about stuff that goes on your pick, but also things that I feel like should also go on your armor. So starting off with efficiency, and I'm just gonna use the command here because I can. So efficiency can go up to level 5, so you can have a fully efficient item at level 5. Although in order to get efficiency 5 on diamond, and also technically wood as well, but we're going to be talking about diamond here, of course. You actually have to use an anvil in order to get it. You cannot naturally get efficiency 5 on diamond just by using an enchanting table. So if you want that, you're going to have to use an anvil or use books in an anvil to make sure that you get it. So in order to get efficiency 5, you're going to need to either combine 2 picks that have efficiency 4 to get efficiency 5, or combine books that already have efficiency 5, or combine them up to efficiency 5 and then apply it to the pickaxe that you want. So I already have diamond level tools right here. So this is already actually pretty quick at mining, but when you switch to efficiency, you can see that it is much faster. That is what the efficiency enchant does, is it makes mining a lot quicker. You can just see there is a big difference between efficiency and no efficiency when I'm just mining up this plain old stone. The next enchantment that I would say that you need to have on your crazy pick, your incredibly enchanted pick, is actually going to be Silk Touch.
But Chad, what about Fortune? Isn't Fortune, I want more diamonds. Maybe I should get some Fortune on my pick.
Well, we'll get to Fortune in a bit, okay? But first, I feel like Silk Touch is more important than Fortune. Silk Touch will allow you to pick up that exact block. So you can see before, when I was mining with just a normal pick, it drops, this stone drops cobble, but when I mine with Silk Touch, it picks up pure stone, just... I like to call it smooth stone, but now that there's actually smooth stone in the game, I just have to call it stone. It's just normal stone versus cobblestone versus smooth stone. Anyway, it's just normal stone. Now, Silk Touch can be used in a ton of different ways. So here are all of the things that you can pick up with Silk Touch, but Silk Touch can be used in a whole bunch of different ways. So I have a nice list here of all the things that can be picked up with Silk Touch, and I've removed some of the things that you need a shovel, like you could do snow, but you need a shovel in order to do that. So I removed that. So we got books. Those will drop their bookshelf when you use Silk Touch. Campfires will drop the actual campfire instead of the charcoal, which is nice. This is clay, so it'll drop the clay block, actually. Whoa, those were really fast. But the first one, that one was coal. I almost forget, and this is all coal up here too. So coal will drop its block, which means that it won't break into a whole bunch of extra coal. And a big plus is that that will increase your inventory space, because with coal, and especially redstone as well, they drop multiple items. Same thing with lapis. Where's lapis? Lapis? Lapis is down here. Lapis. They'll drop many of that item, and so by keeping it all inside of its block, basically, you can transport more around with limited inventory. We're gonna not mine every single one of these. We'll just go down the list. Diamond, emerald, an ender chest. That's very nice. Any type of glass, glowstone, grass, gravel, any type of ice. This is packed ice, but it'll work with blue ice and normal ice. Lapis, leaves, melons, mushroom blocks, the brown and the red, mycelium, nether quartz, Podzoil, redstone, sea lanterns, stone, which we covered before, and turtle eggs. You can pick up the actual turtle egg if you have Silk Touch on, which is kind of nice because you can transport them to a safe place. So Silk Touch, in my opinion, is more important than some of the other enchantments when it comes to what you want to like kind of focus on first when you have your pick. It's a nice daily driver to have always on your pick. And if I didn't say it, because I know I didn't say it, Silk Touch only goes up to level 1. So there's no like Silk Touch 5 or anything like that. Same thing with Mending. There's only one level of Mending, and Mending is pretty self-explanatory. Well, I guess not. Maybe not. Maybe that's why I'm explaining it. And Mending works like this. If you have an item that is very, very hurt, like its item durability is very, very, very low, and you get some XP, bottles of enchanting. I forgot that that's what those are called, bottles of enchanting. Anyway, so you get some experience, then a bit of that experience will go into whatever has Mending, and then it will repair that up. Now, you have to be either holding the item. So if I throw these bottles of experience and walk into them, that is not going to necessarily repair the thing that I have Mending on. I have to be holding it. So if I add this to my offhand and then do the same thing, you can see that the level of repairability is going up on that item. Now, you can add Mending to your armor as well, which I highly, highly, highly encourage. And obviously, you would normally get Mending just by killing things or, you know, doing stuff in Minecraft, picking up items, that sort of thing. You do need to keep in mind that if you have Silk Touch on your pickaxe, then you will not be able to get the experience from a lot of the things that you normally do, like redstone or coal. Those won't drop experience whenever you mine them up because you're just picking up the block. It will wait until you break that later to actually get at that resource to give you those experience. So if you have Mending and Silk Touch on a pick, you may need to keep track of how much durability has been taken away from that pick. And maybe what I always do is if I have a Silk Touch pick, I put it in my offhand just like that. Then I'll use Fortune to mine up all the stuff that I've got. And hopefully some of the experience will go back into repairing that item. Also, if you happen to have an experience farm, a grinder of some flavor, that would also work really well for getting that durability back. Next is Unbreaking. That goes up to 3. Unbreaking 3 is the maximum that you can have. And this will just mean that there is less, well, of course that works great when I'm in creative mode. This will mean that there is a chance that your item doesn't take a durability point whenever it mines something up. So I have on the durability overlay. You can turn that on in the F3 menu, but you can see that the durability on this pickaxe that doesn't have Unbreaking is currently at 1338. 1338. And so if I mine 8 blocks here, then it should be at 1030 or whatever. And I've already lost count. Oh, good. I did it correctly. So it has 1330. Now over here, I have 1464, and so if I mine 4 blocks, I may not even be down that many, and I'm not. I'm only down 2, where I would have lost 4 durability points. Now I've only lost half, and that was actually a little bit unlucky. Normally, you get a little bit luckier than that. So the Unbreaking enchantment will make sure that the durability of an item will last even longer. Okay, well, we've talked about the really all of the enchantments that you can basically put on a pick. You could put Curse of Vanishing and Fortune 3. Quick note on Curse of Vanishing. Why? Why would you put Curse of Vanishing on your pickaxe? No, don't put Curse of Vanishing on your pickaxe. If you die, it's gone forever. Unless you're on like some weird like PvP server. Don't do it, folks. But let's talk about Fortune, because that is the one thing that I haven't really given a lot of love to so far. Fortune, I feel like, is essential, but not on a pickaxe that you go mining with. I feel like Fortune is something that you put on a pickaxe that you keep at home and you use to farm items. So If you're going mining, I would not suggest fortune because it just adds tons of extra items into your inventory, and it's just much smarter to have silk touch. So fortune is great and all, but keep that at your base. Take all of your silk touch blocks back to your base, put them all down on the ground, and then break them with fortune. Fortune can be enchanted up to level 3, and it just means that whenever you mine a block, that you have a chance of getting more than what it normally drops. So emeralds and diamonds tend to only drop 1 of that type, and it looks like I've gotten a few more. I got 3 of each, so I got really lucky on that. Same thing with quartz. So you might get a little bit extra. You don't always, so I didn't that time. And redstone and lapis, all of these have the potential to drop more than they normally do, which is obviously a 16. I got a 4th stack of lapis off of that 1 right there. That's incredible. Now, one thing to note, if you put fortune 3 on a shovel and then mine up gravel, it will always drop flint, which can actually be a little bit annoying if you're trying to actually just get normal gravel for like the texture of it to use in a build, and you're just constantly picking up the item flint, and there's no way to not if you have fortune 3 on a shovel and you're like mining through flint really fast. Now, I did mention that we're not just going to talk about the pickaxes because yes, they are important, but also, your armor is very important when you go mining. And for armor, obviously, normal protection is going to be very important. Mending on all the pieces, unbreaking on all the pieces, all of that is very important. But there are a few enchantments that I would suggest that you also make sure that you get on your armor pieces. First is blast protection. That goes up to level 4, so you can get level 4 blast protection on an item. And this is really just to protect you from that stray creeper that may pop out of nowhere, fall on your head, and explode. Blast protection can save your life and save all of your items. So really just putting 1 of your armor pieces with blast protection 4 is enough in my book. It's not all the blast protection that you can get, but if you keep the other pieces of armor at full enchantment on protection, then you should be fine with a little bit extra specific blast protection. Next is fire protection. Once again, this only goes up to level 4. And this is another thing that I would hope that you would get on your armor on top of protection. So basically put fire protection and blast protection on 2 pieces of armor and then put the normal protection on the other ones. And fire protection is to stop you from catching on fire, obviously. But really, this is your protection if you accidentally fall into lava. So if you fall into lava, you got your fire protection on, and you can last a lot longer if you are encased in lava, and you can basically swim out of lava if you have a little bit of fire protection on. So those are the other enchantments that I feel like you should definitely get on your armor. So there you have it, everything that I feel like you need when it comes to enchantments when you go mining, and obviously that fire protection will also be very good in the Nether, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So I hope that you found this video entertaining and useful. If you did, please give this video a big ol' thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!